Perfect, perfect. I think we're just going to start. I was expecting maybe a bit more, but let's see. We're just going to start. And my goal is, in the end, for you guys that you know better your triggers and that you're able to handle them more. So I'm giving you some tools, practical tools that really helped me. I would like to tell a bit of my story that you know where I'm coming from, where I am now. Um, when I was quite young, I think 6, 7, I realized that I have some skills that other people's didn't. Meaning, I was having in my bedroom conversations with my grandparents, parents that passed away, and I was able to receive information from them that I couldn't know. So I told my parents, and they knew about the concept, and they were like, "Wow, you can't know this." And from then I thought like, huh, but I thought everyone could do it because I thought it was my imagination, but like the amount of details I was able to get, and my parents were able to give me feedback, I was like, okay, this is something special. Then I started my entrepreneurship. I realized like, hey, my I didn't saw my dad as really successful, so I thought I'm going to show my whole family that I can make money, that I'm successful, and I wanted to prove like, hey, I'm worth it, unnoticeable. So I started in e-commerce. I decided to make a lot of money. In the end, I was closing bigger deals, 25K, 30K. My biggest deal was 45K. But at the same time, I felt lost. I didn't woke up excited. I was confused, like, hey, is it going to be better? Because I'm waiting until I have the money that I can do everything I want. But still, I wake up and I don't feel fulfilled. So that's where my journey started. And I realized that I had more and more trouble with accepting where I was. Thinking was not good enough. And then slowly I became in a depression. And it became more and more. And after a few months, I realized, hey, I really don't like my work anymore. So I decided to just ask more money and work less, by thinking like, okay, then I have more time to do the things that I like. But then I had a client, and they were not satisfied about the results, and they wanted to set up a lawsuit, and I was already quite in my depression, and it gave me so much stress. Literally, I didn't sleep for 3 days, and from there I really thought like, what am I doing? I'm trying to think positive. I'm trying to read the magic, hoping that by having great thoughts, I'm able to manifest my dream, manifest more money. But it was just not working. And in those 7 months, I didn't close another client because I was too stressed and was living on the savings that I needed to use for my tax funds. Because in my head, like, I just need to close another 50K and my debts are gone. But at the same time, there was no energy left to even wake up and be excited and to put in the efforts to do it. And at that time, I was late with my rent, and my biggest fear was always the need to move back to my parents and to tell them, hey, I didn't make it. I'm lost. I'm deep depressed, and there's no energy left. But I was forced to because I was late with my rent, and they said like, yeah, now it's time to pay. So I called my mom because I have the best relationship with my mom. I explained the story, and for the first time, I felt so much relief. It felt like, okay, I can share what's going in my mind, and I can. My mom said that, of course, just come back for a few months and we will figure out. And it gave me a lot of uh, release that I was looking for to to share the story. And as soon as I moved, uh, I had in my head I wanted to do ayahuasca ceremony, so I decided to do one. And apparently, I called them and they said like, "Oh, sorry, we're sold out, but you're on the waiting list. But there are 5 other people on the waiting list." And I was super lucky that I received the last spot and I was able to go to the ayahuasca ceremony. And in my trip,
Sorry
which
for
was
interrupting you. What is it? The ceremony?
I
What is it? The ceremony you talked about?
Yeah. So ayahuasca is a plant medicine from South America, and you can maybe compare it a bit with magic mushrooms, but it's much stronger. So
Hmm.
it's really a trip where the plant medicine is helping you go inwards, and it's really visual, and you feel that you have a strong connection with the universe. So in the trip, I really felt that someone was stabbing me with a knife in my lower back, and I felt so much pain. I was even screaming, like, "What is this?" And then I realized there are so many emotions in my body that I was running away for, so many emotions that I didn't want to feel. So there was no other choice than to focus on those sensations in my body, because if I did, the pain became more bearable. And then I really understood how much shame there was stored in my body, especially in my lower back. So when I was focusing on it, it became better, and I felt more acceptance for myself. And every time when I lost the acceptance, when I was like, yeah, but I'm not satisfied, then the pain came back, and I hear the voice saying, "Be gentle, be soft to yourself, be kind, do it with love." So each time when I was going back to my body, exploring what's going in there, I started to feel better. Um, and after the ayahuasca ceremony, I was quite confused. I didn't understand, like, where's the pain coming from? And then via a friend of my mom, I came in contact with a shaman, a 72-year-old shaman from Sweden. I didn't have money, but I had some cash on the bank. So my last 600 euros, I decided to invest in it, going to Sweden to get their help. And it was really confronting. He was sitting in front of me, and he was triggering me and showing how I could behave. So I was sitting in front of him, and he literally grabbed me, pushed me through the wall, and said, like, "You're such a little child. You're such a little boy." And for the instance, I felt a little boy that was scared. And then he said, like, "Act like a man." And he said, "Act like a man." I was like, I'm acting like a little boy. Like, he's 72, I can handle him. And then I make myself bigger, and I realized that I was not standing in my own power, that I was scared of people. So from there, I really learned that I could use everything I see as a mirror for what's going within. So that means if I'm afraid of someone, that means there's something inside of me that's afraid. And he really taught me to do an active meditation, a breathwork meditation with your eyes open. And I would love to do it for 5 minutes together. And the power of this exercise is, are you guys familiar with meditations? Do you guys both meditate sometimes? Okay, perfect. When you meditate, most of the time you feel that you're going a bit out of your body. Those sensations feel as if your body is becoming more light. Sometimes, when you're really deep, maybe it feels like you're even sitting, laying down while you're still in the same pose. Do you guys know that feeling of being lighter and going out of your body?
Mm-hmm.
When I
Yes.
met, yeah, go ahead, Gabriela.
Yeah, but I do remote viewing as well, so that's out of body experiences. So, yeah.
True, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting. So What I would love to do for 5 minutes is do the opposite. We're going in our body. So we're going eyes open, otherwise, you feel like you're going out of your body. And we're slowly breathing lower to our belly of our back. So if your lower back is most time a bit more stiff, would be great to breathe to there. If you feel like you have more digestive issues, then it would be great to place your hands there. And the only thing we need to do is slowly breathe to that sensation and feel how your hands, yeah, your belly is expanding into your hands or your lower back. So if you do it, you will become more aware of the sensations that are in your body. And your awareness can always be on one place. So if you have your hands on your belly, on your lower back, that means if you go to breathe there, that your awareness is there. But every time when your thoughts are popping up, like, what the fuck are we doing? What is this exercise? It's not working for me. What am I doing here? I have so many things that I need to do. Then it means that your awareness is in your head, because otherwise you're not aware of those thoughts. And by doing this, you're able to stop your mind a bit and go in your body. And from there, you're more connected with your inner power. So you feel more in charge of your body. How does it sound for you? Okay. So I would love to do it for 5 minutes. Or place your hands on your belly or on your lower back. For me, most time it's my belly. Keep your eyes open and try to make bigger breaths. And if you exhale, you can make a bit of noise and try to do it really slow. And the only thing is, like, place your hands and try to focus on the sensations of your belly or back in your hands. Okay, there we go. And when you notice a thought popping up, just thank yourself and try to go back to that sensation in your body. The goal is to just notice the sensations. You don't need to change it. Just become aware of what you're feeling. Sandra, are you able to go a bit lower, or is your mind popping up?
I'm feeling something that's not in my stomach, but because usually I have like stomach or gut issues, or if anything is, disturbing me or whatever, then it's mostly my gut that is affected. But now I feel like kind of, how to say it, I don't feel well in my breast, like some kind of excitement, and I don't know if it's good or bad excitement currently. So I'm kind of listening to it, why it pops up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Most time in the chest, if you feel excitement, you can help yourself a bit by try to breathe a bit lower, and then you can breathe past anxiety. So anxiety, it's anxiety or excitement.
I would say it's excitement. and I hope it's not anxiety.
Okay, excitement. That is
Yeah, I
even
hope
better.
it's
That's even
excitement,
better.
but I try to listen to it and feel it a little bit better. Yeah.
Hmm. What you can do is just then be there, and you can help yourself sometimes by asking yourself, "Hey, how is can I give the color? What kind of color is it? What kind of texture is excitement?" If
Yeah.
you go there, can you describe like how does it feel?
Um, it's like, how should I? Um, it's like in the heart area that you feel like kind of it's kind of a little bit picking, or like a lot of ants are running around your breast or in the heart area. So that's how it feels currently.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
Mm-hmm.
I try to breathe in my gut or listen to my gut and whatever, but still it pops up right now, and I don't know why.
Listen, yeah, listen to your body. So if you feel sensations in your heart, it means that your body is asking attention in that spot. So you can just go there, and the more curious you are, the more you can understand what's going on. And we always try to understand from our head, try to understand, rationalize it. Oh, it's maybe because there was a breakup that maybe I'm still having troubles
Okay.
with,
Yeah.
but that's not helping us to release it. If you go there and just be curious, hey, ants, okay, interesting. How do ants feel at that place? And just be there. Eventually, you will see that things are moving or that the energy is moving. It could be that you're slowly feeling emotion behind it, and your head is always going up trying to understand it or thinking like, no, I said this is coming up, no, I don't want to feel it, and then you're suppressing it.
Yeah.
And what I learned is the more you're able to stay there with those emotions and be super curious, you can free yourself, because now that you're becoming aware of that sensation, if you're at Christmas and your dad asks you something about your relationship or about an ex, can be anything, and you feel the same sensation, then the trigger is teaching you something. So then you can see the trigger as a Christmas gift instead of trying to avoid it. Because the trigger tells you, hey, there is something that you're holding on to it. There's something, an event that you haven't fully accepted. And we can say with our brain, yeah, but I'm over that breakup, of I'm over something. But if your body is showing it by being triggered, that's a clear sign that there's still something there. And the easiest way to heal your traumas is not via talking about it, it's just by feeling it and there understanding it. Gabriella, if you try to go a bit lower or could be anywhere in your body, what are sensations that you're feeling?
Um, Usually I always have sensations, and this time it's like nothing, but like a good nothing, because perhaps I needed that empty space.
Mhm.
It was really relaxing. I'm gonna be sharing something with you guys. I've always had a bit of a belly. That was always like a body shame thing that I had. And until I went to a shaman, that you were saying as well, because I was massaging people and I almost fainted one day. I'm like, fuck, I think I energetically grabbed something for someone or something. So I'm going to be giving myself a massage with a shaman in Curacao. She's from Peru. And when she saw my belly, she's asking me if I had a kid. And I'm like, no, I never had a kid. And it's just like, but you either it's a past life thing, or you want to have kid and your body is like creating a like a belly. I lost some weight right now, but the weight in my underbelly, I don't lose that. and it just came up when we did the meditation. So like there's something there, like you said, that I need to check what's happening there. So yeah, that's what popped up. And then after that, nothing, just like really relaxed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's powerful. Hi, Kun. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello.
Gabriella, that's super interesting that you're mentioning it. What I'm experiencing, I'm doing this every morning for 15 minutes, and I think 3, 4 times per week, I sit down for 30 till 60 minutes, just be super curious what's in my body. And lately, I'm experiencing more and more that I feel things that I used to able to understand by the emotions coming up, and I was able to understand, okay, it's coming from my dad or something else. But now more and more things are coming up that I can't understand. And Gabriella is super spiritual, me as well. So I've been to some people that are able to look into past lives, and they were able to mentioning some things, and they were able to look with me, and then I felt things from past lives as well. So the more we trying to understand with our head, the longer it will take. And sometimes the easiest way to become more connected with your emotions and to have your heart open is by using the tools lower in the body. Because how I see it, currently we're in a transitioning, in within 200-300 years, everyone is able to go to the 5D reality. And the 5D reality is we're seeing the same things, but we're feeling different things. And the reality there is that people are more tapping into our the heart. So we're able to increase our frequency, and we feel that we're wanting to serve. We're here to help others, and we're here to open our hearts and to just experience. So there will be less fear. When to tap in that reality, it's super important to first go to your body and become super curious what's here that's preventing me from opening my heart. So when there are traumas, when there are things from your past that you're holding on to, that you're not accepting, then it will be really hard to become fully happy, because you can only be happy when you're in your body and when you're fully okay with the sensations. So by going there and exploring, Sandra, for you, for example, when you feel those things in your heart, and if you become curious, then slowly you will feel that it's going to transition. Slowly you feel that maybe that pain, if you're slowly breathing to it, could be that there's an emotion that's coming up that you're expressing. Could be the case as well that from the pain it's become slightly a bit more pleasant, and then slowly you're able to open your heart. And then what's super interesting to me is that everything you see around will change. So when that's happening, when you have your heart open, when you're not no longer triggered by your dad, because the event that reminds you, you have felt it through and then you released it, that means that you can look at your dad without judging him. You see him for who he is, and we can mentally understand, like, yeah, he did his best, but our bodies are most times still having those emotions, the resistance towards him. So being triggered actually is the best Christmas gift you can receive. Koen, for you, this is not new. We did a session. Like, is there something that you want to share that you are experiencing? Because I know you're more and more in your body, and you become more and more curious what's in there as well.
Yeah, for sure. I, I love that you said having a trigger is the best Christmas gift, because it's true. It's yeah, the stuff that is coming up. It's like great. I can now release this, whatever is coming up. Perfect. It's like having a different relationship with those triggers, negative feelings. But yeah, after our session, what can I say, man? It's been good. Externally, right? If you look externally, a lot less. It's strange, a lot less outward ambitious of like striving and getting new goals. I always used to do this. Nothing wrong with this. Now lately, I've just been living a very simple life, but been feeling really good, man. Yeah, been feeling really good inside. No more as much mind chatter and all this stuff because yeah, I'm tapping into my body, and I feel more energy flowing through my body as well, which is an amazing experience. So so far so good, man. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Sandra, for you, it's quite new, I think, to hear this. How does it sound for you? How do you feel? What's your body telling you when you hear this?
Um, yeah, you just mentioned that I mean, I hope I understood you right, Cohen, but you changed your life a little bit to a like easier life or a more um that you're not in this wheel, so to say, of achieving more and more and more, but the main aim is to have like inner peace. And I was just thinking about my situation. I'm working as a consultant, but I feel like it's not like a typical consultant company. It's like very okay for me. And I'm just thinking, for me or from my perspective right now, I have like the right balance to it because I try to practice a lot of distance to work because the other day somebody told me, "Oh, you're not. You seem to don't care about your work," and I'm like, "No, it's not that I'm not caring. I'm caring a lot, but it's not that I'm too emotional about it because it's just work. So I want to keep the distance to it in order to keep my inner peace." And while you were saying that, I was like, "Oh, okay, is it true for me or is it not true for me? Do I really give up? Maybe for me, it's like giving up on things at the moment." If I would change my career or would change like my day-to-day life. And I feel like I have found a good way to balance it out for me. So it's fine. Of course, there are always bad days and good days. That's I think normal. Um, but I think that I have found a good balance to be okay and to do good, but not necessarily to achieve more and more and more, to have like another position or to be a director or to be like whatever, all these buzzwords that people think they that make a difference after all, that somehow tell other people who they are. So that's not these are not my goals. Yeah, for me it's okay to have like a life where I earn enough money to do all the things that I want to do, that are important to me, but still keep like a balance where where I can live in peace, where I can meditate, where I can go to sports, where I can go on vacation and actually also enjoy it. Because I know a lot of people also have these things, but they don't find the balance in it. So I was just thinking if I would change, and I think I wouldn't change, which is also fine.
Beautiful to hear. And for me, it's super interesting to hear because um, we're mentioning feelings, like what do you feel in your body, and may I reflect what I'm hearing, Sandra?
Can you please say it again? I had to cough. Sorry.
No worries. May I reflect what I'm hearing based on what you're
Yeah,
saying?
sure.
So we have the 3D reality where we're currently in, and the 5D reality where we're going in. 3D, I call it Windows. So Windows operating system is in our head. We're making rational thoughts, but we have the opportunity, and it's super uncomfortable because it's new, to tap in the 5D, that's Mac. And within the biggest difference is with Windows, we use our CEO, our head. With Mac, our CEO becomes our heart and our gut. And from there, we have a COO, and that will be our brain. So that means if you need to make a decision for example, hey, is my work, is it still aligned? If you want to do it from 3D, that's what you currently did. Hey, I think I balance my work quite well. Emotionally, I'm not really involved, but like they're paying me. I think I have time to do other things. So now you made in 5D, in 3D, the decision. I'm fully aligned. But now I'm going to challenge you. Think about your work situation and then go to the sensations in your body and then become curious, breathe a bit lower. Hey, what do I feel in my body? So become aware of the sensations, thinking like, hey, this is the job. And then you can come up with a different scenario. For example, you can come up with an idea that that you once thought of, maybe starting your own business, but you were a bit afraid, and then that's reality B, and then checking your body what is trying to what sensations do you feel. Would you be
Well,
willing to try that?
yeah, well, who- um, can you hear me? Yes.
We can hear you.
Yeah, okay, because I got a call and somehow I don't know what happened. Just thinking about, I mean, we talked about that on Saturday. I was thinking about doing like my own business with cooking. It is related to cooking. Because I really enjoy having like fresh products and do something with my hands, and I feel like it's kind of really relaxing compared to the job that I do for now. I mean, if I question it, it's completely senseless because it's just IT. Nobody's going to die. I'm helping people to get even more work done technically, and yeah, but I feel like it's a compromise for me because I mean I have good people that I work with. I love the exchange. I love that we work in a team, which is very important for me. And it's like I give something up, but I get something back that allows me to have, let's say, the lifestyle that I actually want to have, to be honest. So like I love traveling. I love being going out for dinners and experience like good food and get in touch with people and have the freedom not to think about if I can spend money or not. So yeah, that's that's the trade-off I am willing to give at the moment. So yeah, of course, if I think about on a deeper level, I feel like, okay, my job, I would do rather something different, of course. But the trade-off is
Where do you feel that?
for me. Pardon?
Where do you feel it? Sometimes I hear you saying I feel, but 99% you're in your head. So if you say I feel, where do you feel it?
Oh, I think then it's just the translation. It's not that I feel it, it's just like a translation thing. But yeah, if I think about it, of course it's how should I say it? It's not a wish, it's I mean I could also do that if I want to, but at the moment it's not that I necessarily need to do it because I don't feel that I need a change in my life right now in this matter. I already changed a lot because I moved to Barcelona. I give up like my life in Germany, so
Would you be interested to know what your body is trying to tell to you?
yes, I mean I feel quite relaxed with my job currently or with my situation where I am. So but yes, still I'm curious what kind of tools you have then.
The tool I want you to experience yourself. So the only thing you need to do is think about the question, think about, hey, my current job, and then become curious about the sensations you feel in your body. It could be your legs, it can be your heart, it can be your gut. So think about the situation, breathe a bit lower, and just become aware of the sensations you feel in your body.
So well, at this moment, I have a project that's kind of because of some
It's in
people.
your head again. Lower in your body.
Pardon?
Go lower in your body. You're now in your head. You were answering from your head. This is I'm going to really challenge you because it's we're so used to be here. So every time when you're in your head talking, I'm going to interrupt you and I'm helping you back in your body. If
Okay.
you're able to get this trick, I can promise, and I will look at Koen and Gabriella, and they will agree. Your whole life can change. So think about your job and then become aware of the sensations you feel in your body.
To be honest, I feel like very indifferent about it. um, it's there, but it's not distracting me or not stopping me or whatever. Still, I have to say that there's currently, and I know that's always it's coming and it's going. There's currently a situation that made me feel a little bit anxious, to be honest, because of a person that I'm interacting with. Um,
Can you describe what you feel right now if you think about it? So you have in your take some time to think about work and then become curious to the sensations in your body.
if I think about this particular situation, or just an example, I had fever yesterday and last night, so I took a day off today, and I was so afraid to text her to say that because of her reaction that she might have. In my head, I think like, okay, no, I don't. It doesn't bother me, or I don't care what she thinks. But in my feelings, I do care. I don't want her to have like a bad image or to be mad at me because I obviously didn't choose to be sick today. So yeah.
Mhm. I'm going to help you a bit. So if I would be in your situation, I would think about situation, breathe a bit, and then, for example, I will feel that my legs are tensing up a bit. So I feel tension in my legs. So then I will stay there and I will keep thinking about like, okay, my corporate job, what's my body telling me? And then I feel like a bit sadness, like here. I feel that here it's cramping up as if I'm not able to speak up. And it's like a pain as if I my lower back is going like this.
Yeah, for me, it's
This
like
could
the
that could be an
tension.
issue.
Yeah.
Try to go to your body and really listen to it.
But there's we talked about that on Saturday too, like a tension in my upper butt, like where a lot of tension is kind of conserved. Uh, that's why I feel, um, as I said, like these arms in my breast, like as if there are a lot of arms in my breast.
And it's when you're thinking about work.
About this particular situation at work in general, but about this particular situation.
Hmm. Hmm. And if you imagine you see yourself being at work and then go to your body, are you still comfortable doing this exercise with us?
Yeah, sure. I'm just thinking about that. Yeah, I mean, in general, if I go to work, I feel comfortable, to be honest. Yeah, because I have a great boss. I have great people around me, so I like actually interacting with them because they became friends, and obviously, it's a good environment to work with them. But still, there's like one person, one particular situation that is kind of, um, do you say overshadowing it? So it's kind of, yeah,
Hmm. And do you feel this answer is coming from your head or coming from your body currently?
on the breast.
From the breast. Hmm. And if you, I'm going to push you a bit more because you're still not there. You're close to it, but your head is still trying to take over, still trying to control it.
Yeah.
Take a bit the time, go to your body, and think about work. We're going to together. Breathe a bit lower. What sensations do you feel? Take the time. Just describe the sensations. and really use your breath to go lower in the body, because now you're still thinking.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I feel a little bit stress, like stress and some tension, but it's all located in the breast.
Okay. Okay. So that's the first time you're receiving. Then scenario B. Think about like the side hustle that could potentially really big.
Mm.
Who knows? Think about that situation and then become curious if the sensations changed.
Okay, I need some time to get into the situation.
Please take your time.
Yeah.
You can help yourself a bit look more down, because when you're looking up, you're thinking about situations. So
Mhm.
really first try to breathe a bit lower and become aware. There you go.
Well, I would say also a little bit stress, but in a different way, maybe in a positive way. But yeah, full stop. Um, joy,
Joy.
feeling joy.
Where do you feel joy?
My stomach, like butterflies.
Yeah. How does it feel? Okay, describe it. Butterflies.
Mm,
How does butterflies in your belly feel?
if you go up very fast with an elevator or with a, I don't know, this feeling that you then have in your stomach, or with a plane,
Mhm.
airplane. Um, yeah, this kind of, that's the stomach feeling of having
Okay.
butterfly. Yeah.
So two scenarios. If you feel like work, you feel more heavier pain, like in your heart. But if you think about the other situation, even though it's a bit scary, butterflies, like being afraid and excitement, is sometimes really the same feeling, and most times it's a bit higher. So what if you know that your body is trying to communicate something, and what do you think will happen if you're not following that path?
Well, I will take this as an open question maybe for me, but for now I would say, as I said, it's a acceptable trade-off for me to accept these kind of feelings, or to accept maybe not having these butterflies in my stomach, to get that somewhere else from, and not from my job.
Mhm.
Um, for now, but it might change. I mean, I started to change during the last year so much, and I changed my environment. I changed, like, I would not personality, but of course you're a different person when you're independent from everybody from home that used to know you. So yeah, I think I will take it as an open question for me, like on a long term.
It is. It's a matter of, hey, now we opened like something in your brain, a possibility, a toolkit, and from there you can see for yourself, hey, is this working or not? You can literally, this scenario, those, you can use it for small things and see if it's working out or not. Small things. A friend of you is inviting you to do something. Your brain is like, oh, I haven't seen her a long time. I'm not really looking forward. I want to chill, and try to see what your body is saying and just experiment with it. Don't believe me, don't believe it's working for me. But my goal is that I give you a new toolkit that you can try out for yourself if it's working or not.
Yep.
Boon, what are you seeing? What are you experiencing?
Within within myself or
Can be both.
both? Good question. Right now, just relaxed, chill. I zoned out a little bit from the. I'm gonna be on the. I zone out a little bit from the conversation, so I was like, okay, I have to redirect my attention a little bit. But yeah, I feel great, and yeah, but it's just I feel the vibe of this conversation, so I'm just immersing myself in it, to put it this way. So yeah, don't really know what to say, to be honest.
No worries. Can be anything that's coming up.
Yeah.
Gabriella, what are you experiencing?
Mm, what am I experiencing? Yeah, I think I also don't know what to say right now, except what I felt in the beginning, what we already talked about. But when I did the breathing in my belly, so a little bit of that. Yeah, and using this exercise on a daily basis to check the body as well, which is something that I regularly tend to forget about, even though I even might teach this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I should be, walking my talk a little bit more in that sense. But yeah, definitely dropping in my body and seeing what it might be wanting to communicate with me. Yeah, I remember I had the same kind of like, but it's not the same. But when I used to work as well, I did have nightmares. I remember to having to go back to work, and I remember like the feeling of anxiety, and it was really particular because I had great coworkers, so there's not a lot of pressure, but just going to work was like I felt like the universe saying like, what are you doing here? Like, you have such a gift. In my case, okay, you have such a gift. You should be, like, I was feeling really empty when I was going to work because I was working for Google back then, and then here I am, helping people with solutions that are technical, and I'm like, where am I adding value to anybody today? Like, maybe I'm adding value because I'm helping them get a solution to something, but I didn't feel like I could not get into depth into transforming or impacting somebody, and that was killing me every day that I went to work. I felt that as an anxiety in the chest. So I kind of relate with Sandra. And yeah, and also the truth, because I used to call people as well, which was also something that is totally against my human design. I don't know if you guys are well known with human design, but I'm not supposed to be chasing clients. That's more like a generator or manifester person. So I was doing everything in this job that was against my nature, that will give me the energy of life. And the body really felt that. I got sick the first 3 weeks that I started working there, like 1 week. And then 2 months after that, my grandma died. And then I started to get pain in my legs. So even like going up the stairs was hurtful to my knees. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I'm getting from the universe a sign that I'm not in the right path, because my whole body was feeling it from all different ways. And it was like I could feel the constraint of, hey, Gabriela, you need to do something. You need to either quit or this is not where you should be. And the body was feeling it all the way. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
beautiful.
what I could remember. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. There's one last small exercise for 2 minutes that I would love to teach you. So every time you feel when you're afraid, what really helps for me is remembering I'm not afraid. I feel fear in my body. As soon as you realize I am not afraid, I'm the one experiencing fear, that really helps to 5x the amount of fear you're feeling, because you're become aware like, oh no, I'm not afraid, I just feel here the sensation of fear. Okay. And what you then can do is you can calm your nervous system. Your nervous system is the longest nerve in your whole body that's connected to our brain. And if you're able to calm it a bit, then what will happen is it feels safe again. Because when it's in fear, it literally can go towards fight and flight. And you can calm your nervous system if you place your hands. You can do it with me. If you place, you can fold them and place it here. And the only thing you need to do is look at one side for 30 seconds. Keep looking so your head is straight, but your gaze is towards the left. And then you keep looking that way until you feel a sigh or a yawn or a swallow. So keep looking at, and if you slowly feel it, that's a sign of the universe that it's become more calm. So it could be swallow, a sigh, or a yawn. You got it good? Yeah, it could be a swallow as well, and that's the one that's hardest to notice. And then you can do the other direction. So you can look at the other. So then it's this. For me, I can show you. It's most time I'm going to yawn, and it's really important to try to relax your body if you do it. Me, I can like really yawn a lot, and the interesting thing is that it really has direct effect. So when you're at Christmas, yeah, you got one as well. At Christmas, if you feel like, oh, now I'm triggered, I'm a bit more, yeah, my emotions are coming up. Understand like, hey, I'm the one experiencing, I'm the one that's experiencing that fear, and then you can go to the restroom to have a break, calm your nervous system with this exercise, and I promise you will feel much more relaxed afterwards.
Yeah,
Love it.
great exercise.
So
Thank you.
tip, make sure that you have a great Christmas.
Thank you.
Very well.
Welcome. Are there any questions of things that I can clarify for you? Okay. Sounds good. Time to have dinner then, I think.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you all for joining. I will record tomorrow a video on how I do my breath work and how to connect with my body, where I'm explaining a bit more. And it's present you guys. Okay, as a reward, I will send it to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, and thanks for your time.
You guys, great to
Bye-bye.
see you.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Oh, what do I use?